Welcome back to Baby Back Maniac. It seems like a good place to start. This is my friend David Parrish. David Parrish is the inventor of the Slow N Sear. And if you know anything about my channel, you know I love the Slow N Sear. Like, I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite grilling accessories. Actually, it's probably my favorite grilling accessory I've ever had. I grew up, I cut my teeth cooking on Weber kettles, and when the Slow N Sear came along, it just made perfect sense to me, and I've been using it for the last couple of years and just love it. David, who's sponsoring this video today, thank you very much, has come up with two new products that I am also really excited about. One is the new version of the Slow N Sear, the 2.0. Is that what we're calling it?
Yes, 2.0.
The 2.0. And the other is this new Maverick thermometer.
XR-50.
XR-50. And what I thought we would do today is have a little conversation about his products, and then I was going to give you guys a chance to ask the questions. So I solicited questions from my Facebook page over the weekend. I've got about 20 questions. Hope that's okay.
What am I going to do now?
Say no. Kind of stuck in the chair, I guess. Thanks for flying in. I really appreciate it.
Only 18. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
it's been too long.
It has been. We used to do this a lot for his channel.
Yep.
And it's been a while since we've been able to get together. So this is cool. I'm really excited about this. Knuckles. We've also got some ribs going back here in the kettle. We've got a couple of racks of baby backs. We're going to look at those in a minute. We season them up with GQ the Rub. GQ Barbecues the Rub, Jason Ganals.
Great stuff.
It is. You can check them real quick.
No, I'm just going to open the vent up.
Make sure the vents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll look at those later. They smell fantastic.
They do.
They really do. But anyway, so what do you got here, David? What's the...
Okay, so this is the Slow N Sear 2.0. This is our new Slow N Sear for 2018. It's replacing the Slow N Sear and the Slow N Sear Plus. And there's something really, really special about this product.
What's that?
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Ta-da!
Removable reservoir, folks. So this does a number of things. It allowed us to make the reservoir a little bit bigger. It holds 20% more water. The sear zone is now 30% larger with the reservoir removed.
Yeah.
So where you used to be able to comfortably cook 2 ribeyes, you can now cook 3. And I'm using this glove just because of the mic.
Yeah, this is our mic.
In case people, it's not, you know, what's with the glove? The ventilation pattern in the bottom plate has been improved so that you have less ash buildup over time. There's even a crevice that we built around the perimeter here that allows ash to fall outside the charcoal ring. The Weber charcoal grate, you know, the outer structural ring. This goes outside that to let ash fall on the other side. So we got, you know, you got more sear zone, holds more water, you've got less airflow, and then the final thing, because the water reservoir is no longer part of a one-piece design, it's removable, and because we're using 430, this design has much less flex, or warp as some people call it, during high heat.
Well, that'll be nice.
And we should show a photo or an image here, video.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how much less flex you get with this design versus the original.
Well, that sounds like a definite improvement. And I say that, I've actually been playing around with this. I was a little concerned about the 430 stainless when you told me at first.
Yes.
I noticed, and we'll see this later with some of the questions, a lot of people are concerned about that as well. What can you speak to that a little bit?
So 430 is still very high quality stainless steel. One thing to note is that it's the same gauge steel.
Okay.
It's just as thick now as it was with the previous 2 versions. This metal actually has a little higher melting point than 304. It does not expand as much when stressed with high heat, and it's still stainless, high quality stainless steel. We're backing this product with the same warranty we do the original.
It feels about as heavy. I mean,
it's heavier. It's more metal.
Heavier.
Yeah, it's more.
So there's
metal.
Actually more metal in it.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we'll get to some questions about that in a minute. Second product here. This is the Maverick. This is awesome. I've been playing around with this. I'll let you talk about it for a little bit.
So I've been working with Maverick Industries for a little over a year to develop this thermometer. It's the Maverick XR-50. It has 500-foot range, which is about 200 feet more than anything else on the market. It has 4 probes. It's a rugged, durable design. Both the probes are waterproof. The base and the receiver are rainproof. The alarms are easy to program. There's a lot of intelligent design in here that, as barbecue enthusiasts, you just appreciate more and more the more you use the product.
Absolutely. Like my thing with it is, I mean, with the four probes, it's already paid for itself.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. It's like having 2 Mavericks in one.
Right.
The extra range, the 500 feet. Like, I don't know that I'm ever going to be 500 feet away from my grill and and need that range. But for me, where it works is through walls. Like I was telling you earlier, my bed is 4 or 5. It's hard to tell, but 4 or 5 interior walls away from this patio.
Right.
And if I put my other thermometer on my bedside table, it's going to disconnect. This one does not.
My experience with other 300-foot thermometers is they're good for 3 walls.
Yeah.
3 typical structural walls in a house. This one's good at least for 4 or 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go 7 before it lost, like in the far corner of my house.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah. I mean, the connection is strong, and it's just nice not to have to think about it, because before I was telling you, in my office, the way the walls are situated, I have to keep the receiver. Now you got me saying earlier he messed up between receiver and transmitter. That's why we're laughing every time we say it. So I have to keep the receiver on the opposite side of my desk, because if I bring it closer to me, there's an extra wall with the other one. And this one, I don't have to worry about.
He literally moves it from his left to his right.
Yeah.
In one spot it works, and the other it doesn't, and it's just because of that wall.
Yeah, and
It's freaky.
I never have to think about it now.
And now it does.
Yeah, it works great. Works great. 210 degrees. So should we open that up a little?
I just did.
Okay.
And it's at 212 now, so I think we're good.
Great. Cool. How about we jump into some of these questions? Are you good with that?
All 20?
Yeah.
Really?
20. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Some of these are pretty strong.
I got no secrets. I really don't have any secrets.
I know you don't.
I'm very proud of the products. I can't think of anything that I would be scared of answering.
I like this because I like that people feel comfortable to ask. 'Cause some of these are probing questions. I mean, they're things that some people might be offended by, but they're willing to ask, and you're willing to answer. So that's what makes this exciting. Or maybe not. Maybe it's
or
not
scary.
All right. So here we go. We'll start with an easy one.
Let's low-hanging fruit, softball, something.
Okay, so Ty
Hey, Ty.
Hi, Ty. He wants to know, and Rick Callahan, they both want to know basically when the 2.0 version for the Summit and the 26 will come.
Likely not, or definitely not summer 2018. Any product that we put on the market, we prototype and we test personally, and I have not even started prototyping on either of those.
Okay.
So if those come out, it's not going to be anytime soon. And the existing products we have, the low profile and the Sloan Sear XL, are still fantastic products.
Yeah.
And I have no hesitation in recommending that you just go ahead and get those.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yep.
Yeah, you do a lot of like when he says he's doing prototyping, he's actually he makes one and then he tries to kill it. Like stress tests it, does everything he can to it. Like he never. I guess I can let you speak for yourself, but he never puts anything on the market that he hasn't fully tested and is completely happy with, and that takes time. So
well, I do it because I pick up the phone when people call to complain, and I don't want to hear a complaint. So you call the phone number on our website, and it's either myself or my wife Catherine that picks up.
And you don't want to mess with that.
And yeah, I don't want her angry with me because I messed up something. And so yeah. We
Awesome.
Stand behind our products.
Okay, so JJ Delleberg,
JJ?
I hope I'm saying your name right, buddy, is wondering about shipping, international shipping, specifically to Canada.
Maybe we shouldn't worry about the last name so much.
Yeah, some of these I'm gonna go by first names, but it's not personal. It's just I don't want to offend anyone.
All right, international shipping. We just got a deal from FedEx a few weeks ago. We've lowered our international shipping prices by $15 to $20 for every country, including Canada. So if you've checked us in the past and we were a little too expensive for us to ship to you, check again because our prices have gone down.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so Will Lewis wants to know if the original version.
Will?
Hey, Lewis. Wants to know if the original version will still be offered.
We're selling out of both, and we haven't both the Slow and Sear and the Slow and Sear Plus, and we're not making any more.
Okay. Along those lines, Buck wants to know, and he says he means this without any snark. He wants to know, he just bought a Slow and Sear Plus. He wants to know if he should return it, and because it's still boxed up, and if not, why? Why would he not return it for the new one?
You know, what I will say is the 2.0 came out 3 days ago. Anyone that has bought within the past 30 days, the 30-day satisfaction guarantee that we have on the website still applies. Since we just announced 2.0 3 days ago, anyone that purchased 30 days prior to that date that wants to make an exchange, you can go for it. We've discussed the differences of this version versus the old version, and really it's up to you as a consumer if you want to make that swap. But we will do that for people that want to do it.
Yeah. So okay, that makes sense. Okay, you answered this question from Edward. Can you swap?
Edward?
Hi, Edward. Can you trade in your Slow and Sear Plus for a Slow and Sear 2.0, or maybe get a discount price? I don't think he's talking about a new one though. I think he's talking about an existing.
We have a phenomenally low number of returns, so we don't have any kind of used Slow and Sear sale. We just don't get them. People don't return them.
They don't return them at all, ever?
I mean, it happens, but we've sold tens of thousands, and I could probably count used returns on my hands.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. Okay, so this is a question about warping.
Okay.
From
flexing, people.
flexing. Right, flexing. This is from David. You should remember that name.
Hey, David.
Yeah. I'll be interested to hear anything in the new design that would eliminate or minimize warping over the life of the 2.0.
Okay.
So you want to go into a little more detail about that?
Yep. The metal itself has less tendency to warp. The old design had two points here and here where the reservoir was welded. Basically, that created a lever type action where as this expanded, it kind of did a lever type maneuver here and caused the reservoir to bow in or out, the flexing or the warping. Because the reservoir is not part of the charcoal basket and this basket's only connected at this one spot, there's no lever to cause that warping. So there's a fundamental difference in the design that reduces warping. Plus we have our rivets that create flex points so that it doesn't warp, and we'll show video and you'll see it's just much less flexing than
he's being very gentle because the mic's right here.
Yeah, the mic's right here. So yeah, there's much less flexing.
Great. Okay, so now with that in mind, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Jeff wanted to know why you don't just use cross bracing. I think he's specifically talking about his old one. He wants to know what an existing owner would do about warping. I don't think it matters. I think it's more one of those issues that if you can change the design and fix it just to stop answering. I mean, I can't speak for you, but mine warped and I saw it at first and I was like, huh. And then I never thought about it again, and it never affected any of my cooks.
Right. Our product claims assume that the flexing is going to occur. So you still get 8+ hours of low and slow cook. You still get 5+ hours of water. Even with the warping, you still have the same size sear zone. So you really don't need to worry about it.
Right. But as far as the cross bracing,
it wouldn't work because, like if you put a brace here, you would just move where the warping occurs, and you'd have a warp here and you'd have a warp over here, and you'd create stress on the structure and reduce the life of the product.
So a better way to do it is just do a little redesign where you minimize it on the front end.
We designed it the best way we could for version 1.
Yeah.
And now with the new processes for version 2, we've improved it a little bit more.
Okay, makes sense. About the rivets, Scott. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Scott is a metal fabricator, and he has seen where rivets can be the failure point, and he wants to know what kind of material you used. And he says he knows that you bore them over. You did an oversized bore to compensate for the expansion and contraction forces but he's actually concerned about the rivets themselves.
Okay, so the bore is very oversized.
Oversliced?
Okay, so the bore the overbore is very minimal. These rivets are in there tight, folks. I mean, they're very tight. It only comes into play when the metal expands during high heat. Rivets, depending on what they're made of, yeah, they could be the weak point. This entire Slow & Sear 2.0 is made of 430 stainless to include the rivets. So they are not a weak link in this product.
Okay, so it's the same material.
Same material
to answer
throughout.
your question, Scott.
Whole thing.
Yes. Okay, now Chad. Hey, Chad. He wants to know, because there's 3 rivets on the side, they could be the weak points, and he wants to know what all testing you've done to ensure that they're going to hold up.
Basically, we have taken the product and we've done things with it that exceed what you as a customer should be doing with it. We've got it hotter than you should typically be able to get it. We've cooled it off too quickly. We've put water in it when we shouldn't, and we've not been able to cause any kind of failure in the design.
You've been testing this for a long time, right?
Yes, and if not only I, but I had a conversation with my friend Justin, also known as Babyback Maniac, and I don't remember quite how it went, but it was something like he said, "Can I break it?" And I said, "No, you can't break it."
That's not how it went.
Well, how did it go?
Well, I had the same concerns that these guys did, and you're like, okay, and you sent me one. You're like, try to break it.
All right, roll the tape. From that tape, I think you can agree, it is not going to be easy to break this thing.
Yeah, I didn't break it.
Yeah.
My thoughts were, if I
do not do that at home, folks.
I was trying to.
That's not.
Yeah.
Not.
I was actually
necessary
concentrating the flamethrower at the corners because I figured.
Oh, I noticed.
Yeah, yeah, and it still works. I mean, we're using it now, so no problems. And it's probably worth pointing out also that the water pan itself is still welded.
Yes, true. The water reservoir still has one seam weld, so and it's only one weld on the side instead of 2 where we used to have. So it's actually got less welds to cause a problem than the old design.
Okay, so Jeremy Taylor, I can say that last
Jeremy?
name. Hi, Jeremy. He wanted to know if you could use apple juice in the water pan.
No.
Nope.
No.
He'd probably appreciate a more elaborate answer than
Okay, to elaborate. Water, beer, wine, any kind of liquid that's not water is going to leave a residue in the reservoir. Sugar, something, oil, fats, and it's going to burn and cause bad flavors and
odors and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
If you have an aromatic like, what did he say, apple juice?
Yeah.
Put it in a small pan over the sear zone and no problems.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, will this gunk up? Jeff wants to know, will this gunk up over time, and how will that affect the ability to remove the ash pan?
The reservoir?
The reservoir. Thank you.
No, I mean the reservoir comes in and comes out, and it slides in these corners here so easily. You can see in the bottom here that there's nothing there to gunk up on the bottom where the reservoir hits. It's not that's not going to happen.
Not going to be an issue.
Yep, not worried about that at all.
Awesome. And if you do have anything that gunks up, you can just burn it out.
True.
You know, if you
get
one
high heat,
yeah.
one high heat sear will get rid of all that stuff.
All right. One thing that's nice about this is I got some charcoal in my water pan, and I was able to pull it out and hose it out And it's just one little piece you carry over. I mean, you could do that with
Yeah,
a big
you can.
one.
Yeah, you can leave. It's just a little easier to work
Sure.
with.
Yeah. Okay, so pricing. I have 3 questions. They're basically the same question from Mike, Henry, and Christy. Hi, guys. They want to know about bundle pricing.
Mike, Henry, Christy.
Yeah,
Did I get that right? Okay.
Mike, Henry,
Okay.
Christy. They want to know about bundle pricing, Father's Day pricing. Are you going to have any discounts? Or what do you have going on as far as sales discounts, anything like that?
Okay, so as far as sale pricing, the XR-50 is currently on sale for $79.95. That's $10 off. We have combo packs on our website, abcbarbecue.com. If you go to the Shop Now button, a lot of combo packs. There's nothing that we're really planning on adding between, any time in the next couple of weeks that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I think someone had mentioned, is there going to be an XR-50 and a 2.0 combo pack? That's a no for now, because this one's already on sale. If we were to go back to the regular retail price, we might have a combo pack that brought that sale back in. But right now, it's on the website under combo packs.
Okay.
All our sales.
Sounds good. So Brock Dollar has one more question. Hi, Brock.
Brock.
Question about the warranty. How is the 10-year warranty going to work exactly? Like, he wants to... And he also said something nice. He said, keep up the great work, Justin and David.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate that. The warranty on this product is the same as the warranty on the Slow & Sear and the Slow & Sear Plus. We've actually never put a number on the warranty before. We have tens of thousands of Slow & Sears that we've sold over the past 3 years. We've had one that we replaced under a warranty claim.
Just one out of tens of thousands of Slow & Sears.
In 3 years.
In 3 years, we've only had one
warranty claim. Yep. So we put a number on it. We said 10 years because with the introduction of 2.0, we wanted people to understand that we have as much faith in this version of the product as we did in the pre-existing versions. So it's 10 years across the board for all Slow & Sears.
I think that's important. I'm glad you're doing that. 10 years.
We're very confident in the product.
Good. Okay, so that's the end of the questions about the Slow & Sear.
How many was that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I combined a lot of them.
I'm over halfway.
Yeah, I combined a lot of them to try to make it flow. I don't know if it helped or not, but I tried.
You did a great job, Justin.
Thank you. That's so nice. I'm embarrassed. You shouldn't you shouldn't keep praising me. Oh, we're silly. Okay, so with the XR-50.
Yes, sir.
Nick wants to know.
Hey, Nick.
He's got a lot of questions. They're all very good questions.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of them.
All right, one at a time.
All right. We talked about the range. He wants to know about the range and the volume for alarms.
Okay, 500 feet range, and the volume on the alarms is not, cannot be set. It is what it is. However, what you're going to find is the alarms on the XR-50 are much less annoying than what you will see on other thermometers.
Good to know.
So if you unplug a probe, there's no probe out alarm. If you leave your receiver in the kitchen and you go outside and your base starts alarming and you turn the base off, the base will tell the receiver to hush. That way, like in my example, my wife doesn't come out a minute later complaining that the receiver is beeping on the kitchen table.
Been there.
So there's a lot of intelligent design in here, and the alarms have one volume, but I think you're going to find that they work well.
It's freaking fantastic. Again, the 4 probes and the 500 feet, for me, you had me there, but there's so much detail in this. I mean, you really did a lot of tweaking.
We had Excel spreadsheets
Did you?
of all of the functions, all the buttons, how each button worked, just how we wanted the displays to work, what goes on the displays. We got into the weeds detailing this thing.
I believe it. Like, even little stuff like this. Like I don't know if you've ever used another... I'll just, instead of naming names, I'm just going to say this has both of these, this and the receiver unit, which, by the way, is magnetic. It's stuck right there to the leg of the kettle. I don't know if you can see that. But they both have magnets. They both have this little... I guess I could show it to the camera. This little kickstand thing. But the kickstand also has a hook on it, like a place where you can hang it on a hook. That is really, really smart. that is one of those things.
Well,
that's
thank you.
Yeah, it's a really good design. I also like that you don't have to have a tiny screwdriver to change the batteries like you do sometimes.
Yep.
But it still looks to be waterproof.
The case is easy to open and it's still rainproof.
It's got a really nice feel. I mean, it feels solid. You know, it doesn't feel.
It's rugged.
Yeah, it's very rugged. And it goes out to 1/10 of a decimal. I mean, 1/10 of a degree.
I call that the beer dot 10.
Yes.
So let's say, for example, let's say you're warming something up to 130 degrees, and you know it's in the evening, and it's at 129. Your meat's at 129, and you have that 1/10 of a degree. So
Yeah.
it goes from 129 to 129.1. Lets you know, hey, I got enough time to go inside, crack another beer. Without that 1/10 of a decimal, you don't know that.
You don't know.
But you know, jokes
it's
aside,
a serious risk.
it's serious risk. It also, when you're making pit adjustments, it shows your trends more quickly than when you're having to follow a single digit degree. That 1/10 of a digit is really very helpful.
Yes. In fact, okay, so back to Nick's questions. He wanted to know if all 4 probes can be set individually.
Yes.
Can they all work in a pit? Like, are they?
They can be pit or meat probes. Each can be independently set.
Yeah.
You can use the high and or the low alarms, and
It's great.
yeah, I mean.
So you can do 4 pits one day, and then you can do 4 pieces of meat, and I mean they all work interchangeably.
Right.
It's great.
And you can turn all alarms on. You can disable 1, 2, 3 of them, so you can only use 1 of the 4 alarms or 2 of the 4 alarms. Yeah, there's a lot of adjustability.
So great. Okay, so I think that's most of. Will it operate in the rain? That's one more.
It is rainproof. The receiver always, the base of the transmitter when the probes are plugged in. Otherwise, the ports will let water in. But yes, rainproof.
Oh, great. Okay. I have 3 questions from Ken, Christopher, and Daniel.
Ken, Christopher, Daniel.
Ken
thank
and
you.
Christopher basically asked if it's Wi-Fi connected.
No, you're welcome.
You're gonna need to explain. Well, this goes on to Daniel's question, which I guess he read up on it, and he wants to know why it's not Wi-Fi connected.
Okay, so the XR-50 is meant to be rugged, durable, easy to use, simple to operate. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth don't enter into that equation. You have to have a receiver unit that's dedicated to the base unit to have worry-free, just turn it on and start cooking. This is a daily thermometer.
Yeah.
If you have a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth enabled thermometer that you want to log temperatures with, one, especially a Wi-Fi, they're going to cost more if they have the kind of function anywhere near the functionality that this thermometer has. But then you have to worry about operating system updates, app updates, program updates. They're going to break your device. I mean, we all know there's a very popular Bluetooth thermometer out there that got bought out and practically broken by the people that bought it for almost a year because of the app.
Yeah, and I mean, if you really look into that, there's very few Wi-Fi controlled apps or Wi-Fi controlled thermometers that, if you really look into the reviews, there's very few that do what you want them to do. I mean, it makes sense, like theoretically in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, I got my phone with me, that'd be great. In reality, I mean, I've tried a bunch of these out. I've only had one that I liked, and it cost
a lot more,
3 times as much.
Yeah.
You know, so this is really, really good. Austin, hi Austin. He basically asked if there's a magnet on the back of the thermometer, which obviously we talked about that. There is.
There's a magnet.
Sander wants to know about any issues. Essentially, he's asking. Hi, Sander. He essentially says he's heard rumors that there is a problem with the viewing angles. He's had a similar problem with his 733 Maverick ET 733.
Okay.
Wants to know what your thoughts are on that.
So I haven't heard or seen this rumor. I don't have any problems viewing the screen. Most likely, you've got a low battery situation if you're having a problem reading the screen.
Makes sense. So just change out the batteries?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, you can give us a call. You can give Maverick a call. The phone number and the website's on the back. So
yeah,
they're really standing behind the product.
that takes us into the question. The last question Joe has, it's about the probes.
Yep.
Which is good because it's getting dark. Can you go into detail about the probes? I mentioned a different thread how my old Maverick probes crapped out on me. They crapped out on me too. The first week I had it, the 732, I got so excited. I got it the first week it came out, and then mine died. Now Maverick replaced them, and they haven't had a problem with them since. But yeah, I understand his frustration.
These probes are not interchangeable with older products.
That's a good question. Somebody asked me that, so whoever it was, did you hear that?
They're different. They're waterproof, they're rugged, they're durable, they read temperatures much more quickly than older leave-in probes that Maverick has put out. And these probes are a game changer.
Yeah. So the older ones won't work with this.
Correct.
Okay.
They do not work with this.
But they're waterproof to the point that like I've actually washed mine under the sink and haven't had any problems yet. But if I do have a problem, they've worked it out with Maverick where they're going to back it up, free replacement for
1 year.
For a year.
Yep. And then after that, it's only $12.
Yeah, $12, even if it's outside of warranty, which is
shipped,
which is a great deal.
It is.
Yeah,
it really is.
I think the probe situation again, it's really hard to wrap your head around. Like 4 probes, 500 feet, $79.99. I mean,
easy to program.
$79.95. It's even if you we talked about Wi-Fi. Even if you want something fancy, or controller, or something like that, just get. This is like a toothbrush. Everybody should have one.
This is your daily driver.
Yeah. I mean, just do this, and you'll be.
Use the Wi-Fi thermometer for those overnight cooks or days that you're going to be away from the pit, but more often than not, you're cooking for under 2 hours. You're going to be there, and you need something like this that just works, and it's simple and easy.
I love it. I really love it. It's great. All right, so that's the last question. Is really just a Brian Horseman, who's got a channel here on YouTube.
Brian,
he and Tom, his dad, he bought one. He just said he's excited about getting it, which is cool.
Can't wait to see it on your channel, bro.
I can't either. Those guys, Brian, Tom, Ken, Heavy Metal Barbecue, Phil.
They're the MacGyvers of YouTube.
That's exactly it. They are. They're the MacGyvers of YouTube. Y'all go check them out if you get a chance.
Yep.
So that's the questions. We're done. You survived the gauntlet.
Wait, did Brian have a question?
No, he just said he just let us know that he put it on that thread, so I copied it over. But he bought it and he's excited about getting it.
Gotcha. Hey, can't wait to see it.
All right, let's check out these ribs.
All right, let's check them out.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Those look good.
Those do look good.
What has it been about? 4 hours? 4.5?
4 hours and 24 minutes. Give or take.
What do you think?
I don't think they're ready, but I don't think they're there.
Probably need another hour.
Oh, there's a little crack.
Maybe.
Try the other one.
They're pretty even, too.
You know what? I think we need to go ahead and put some sauce on those.
Sauce them up?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Alrighty.
Okay, so as you can see, the sauce is kind of set up a little bit. I guess I could let it go a little bit longer. It's not as tacky as I'd like it to be, but Mommy Maniac has made it very clear that she is hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this rib candy, mango habanero. This stuff tastes so good in the bottle. You can't really taste it much, but it adds a nice sheen to the rib. All right, we got Mini Maniac is joining us for the rib tasting. He likes this part, right, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's see.
Alrighty.
Those are good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah.
You like it? Tell them what you think.
It's good.
It's good. These are good.
They're very good.
They're very tender.
Very tender.
You can really taste the smoke.
Yeah. There's a very slight hint of habanero. Like you get the taste without the heat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Last time I tried that stuff, that rib candy is what it's called. Thank you, T. Roy. I appreciate you loaning me that bottle.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't really taste the heat, but now I can.
Yeah.
Well, David.
It's mostly flavor though. It's not really much heat.
No, it's a good balance. Yeah. Goes good with the whiskey sauce. Yeah. Thanks for flying down. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Dave's got a YouTube channel, Adrenaline Barbecue Company. Go check that out.
Y'all check us out.
Go to his website, abcbarbecue.com, and that's where you can get all the information you need on the Slow & Sear 2.0 and
Maverick XR-50.
Maverick XR-50. So, we're gonna do your thing.
My thing?
Your thing.
Oh, and remember, at Adrenaline Barbecue Company, we didn't invent the kettle.
We perfected it. What do you think?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nom,
Rib
nom,
cheers.
nom, nom, nom.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.
Oh.
Now I got used to him.
Dog's gonna be happy with that.
Bloopers.
Hey guys, welcome back to Baby Back Maniac.
Yeah, because I'm ready. Totally.
I'm sorry. Are you ready?
Welcome back. I'm Dave Parrish. I'm always being tormented on Baby Back Maniac's channel. My best friend Justin. And by best friend, I mean, you know, super enemy.
Are we using this, or are we just gonna like?
No.
Okay.
Go.
All right. So we're really having all right. So we're kind of having a hard time.
Snort?
I did snort. We're kind of having a hard time starting this video because we can't stop laughing.
He snorted, people.
I did. I snorted. Anyways. So welcome back to Baby Back Maniac. It seems like a good place to start.